Hi everyone and welcome back. I was feeling very festive, so I've decided to film a Christmassy kind of makeup look. But what I've done instead is, instead of doing a red lipstick that you kind of see a lot at this time of year, I kind of find that's a bit too high maintenance when you're eating a lot of Christmas and having drinks with friends and stuff. You don't want to have to keep touching it up and checking it's not on your chin or on your teeth, that kind of stuff. So instead I've gone with quite a neutral lip but really pretty gold sparkly eyeshadow instead. So it's really easy to do. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial and let's begin. So because this is a look for Christmas and something that you potentially are wearing more in the evening, I'm going to go for a fuller coverage foundation. I'm just going to use my Mercier one, and you only need a tiny bit of this because it's really pigmented. And then I'm going to use my Zoeva brush. I'm just going to work this into the skin, and I like to use like a dabbing motion to get the coverage first, and then I'll blend it all in. So just use whichever foundation you like, but I always use a bit of moisturiser about 10 to 15 minutes before I apply any foundation, just so that it glides on a bit easier. You can also apply some primer if you like that as well. Then I'm going to take my concealer, this is a collection one, and I'm just going to use that on any blemishes. I'm not going to go ahead and do under my eyes because I'm going to use a slightly sparkly eyeshadow, and if anything falls out I don't want to have all of that perfected and then have to wipe it away. And then just using a little brush to blend the concealer out. So basically I thought I'd been filming and I've just done the whole eye makeup look, and then I realised I hadn't pressed the record button, so I've taken this eye off. We'll just pretend it was intentional so you could see the finished look whilst I'm doing it. But anyway, the first thing I did do, or I'm going to do, is apply some primer to the eye. This is an Urban Decay one. I always apply eye primer just because my eyeshadow doesn't last without it. Then for this look I'm going to be using my trusty Urban Decay Naked palette. This is probably my most used thing in my whole makeup collection. I'm going to take this gold shade called Half Baked, but you can use any gold colour that you have, or if you prefer like a silver sparkly one, whatever goes with your outfit, just go for that. And I'm just going to pat it onto an eyeshadow brush and then tap off the excess. We don't want loads of shimmer falling down underneath our eyes, so I'm then going to press this onto the lid, again to avoid some of that fallout. And I'm focusing this mainly on the inner 2/3 and then leaving this out a bit clear for the other colour. Also going to take a little bit of this into the inner corner and then underneath the lower lash line to about halfway. I'm going to take a slightly bronzy shade. I'm going to be using this one here called Smog. I'm just going to pop this on that outer third that we didn't put the gold on. Then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush like this one. I'm just going to work that bronze colour into the gold and also through the crease using like a windscreen wash and motion. And then to define the crease and the eyes a little bit more, I'm going to take the two matte shades in this palette, this one here called Naked and this one called Buck. I'm going to mix them together on the same brush we've been blending with. I'm just going to place it a little bit higher and then work that in to make more of a crease. Onto the eyeliner, I'm going to be using this teeny tiny one, which I've obviously been using a lot, called Smokeout. This is an Urban Decay one, and it's just a really dark brown. And I'm going to pop this underneath the lower lash lines at the outer corner. You can kind of see where I applied it earlier and then took it off. And then also along the top lash line, but just a thin line, because we don't want to take any attention away from that lovely gold that we applied. I'm going to take a little brush like this and then put a little bit of that bronze colour on that we used on that outer corner. And I'm just going to use that to soften the liner, and then also to mix it with that gold we applied earlier. And then again on the eyelid. I'm going to curl my eyelashes, and I'm only going to put a little bit of mascara on because I'm going to be using false eyelashes. That's a totally optional step. I just thought since it's Christmas, may as well go all out. The mascara I'm using is a Rimmel one. This is the Supercurler. And the eyelashes I'm using for this look are Fleur DeForce's. They're the Fleur Loves. They're like a 3/4 length lash, so you just put them on the outer corner just to give it a bit more flutter towards the edge. So I've just applied some glue onto the band. I'm just waiting for about 30 seconds for them just to, the glue just to set a little bit so it doesn't slide straight off my eye. I'm not actually that good at applying false eyelashes just because I hardly ever wear them, but I actually found these ones quite easy to do, at least on this eye, because they're 3/4, so they don't go all the way into the inner corner. They're a little bit less fiddly to apply. So I just sort of laid them on top of my lashes and then make sure they line up with the outer corner. Then I'm going to use the other end of the tweezers so I don't stab my eye. So just press down on the band. Whilst I just wait for the glue to dry a little bit on there, I'm going to do my brows. So I'm just going to be using this new, I think it's CID Cosmetics brow thing. So I'm just going to brush them up. Just use whatever you normally do to sort your brows out, but I'm not going to go too dramatic because we've already got quite a lot on the eyes, but just so that it frames the face a bit more. I like to use small upward strokes so that it looks quite natural, just to fill them in a little bit. And then just blend them through a bit. I'm just going to take my eyelash colour again just to make sure the false eyelashes have blended with my natural ones. You can use mascara to do this as well, but because I want to reuse them, I just find that they're easier and they last a bit longer if you don't apply mascara to them. Just going to tidy up underneath my eyes a bit. I've just put a little bit of makeup remover on here. I'm going to do my concealing, so I'm going to take that concealer, the collection I used on my blemishes, and I'm just going to pop it underneath the brow. And I like to use this instead of a shimmery highlight. I just think it looks a little bit more natural. So I'm just going to use a concealer brush just to blend that. And it makes your whole eye look a lot more polished. Take a Maybelline one. This is the eye eraser, and I'm going to use quite a lot of it. I'm going to do it in a kind of Kim Kardashian highlighting kind of style, so like a big triangle down to the edge of my nose and out. Then I'm taking my foundation brush and just blending that in. just so it's nice and bright underneath the eyes. Set all of my makeup with a powder. This is just the Rimmel Stay Matte one with a big fluffy brush. Do forehead, down the nose, chin, and then also make sure you do underneath the eyes where we put all that concealer. So I'm going to take this little NARS duo. I'm going to use the Laguna bronzer. Ooh, the Laguna bronzer, which is this one here, and a Zoeva contour brush. So I'm just going to suck my cheekbones in and apply that here. So you want to just do it lightly at first and then you can build it up. I'm just going to take a little bit of the blusher and then brush it back towards the hairline, just for a little bit of a healthy glow. I'm going to finish the cheeks off with MAC's Mineralize Skin Finish. This is the soft and gentle one, just along the tops of the cheekbones. For lips, I'm just going to line them. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate lip colour. I've just filled them in a little bit with the lip liner just so that the lipstick has a bit more to stick to. And then I'm going to finish the look off with the most luxurious lipstick that I own. This is a YSL and it comes in the prettiest packaging I've ever seen. This is in number 9. And it just adds a really nice bit of sheen and colour, kind of a your lips but better look, just to tie the whole look together. We don't want anything too dramatic because we've done a lot with the eyes, and also at Christmas you want to eat a lot of food and you don't want anything too high maintenance on your lips. This is the finished makeup look. I really hope you've enjoyed it and you get a chance to try it out at some point this Christmas. If you have any requests for other makeup looks you'd like to see or any other kind of videos, then let me know in the comments, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. So today's video is how to deal with stress at school and university or any kind of other areas of your life.